So it's goodbye from me, Martin Cross, and I will now leave you in the very capable hands of the lovely Sarah Cook.
Cheers, Martin. Really enjoyed that. Thanks very much. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. Welcome back.
Hi, Adrian. Great to be here again for the last session of racing here at the Henley Royal Regatta. As we're here at the start in Hambleden. In the women's pairs, one of the new events added to the program last year. Of course, the new trophy being commissioned just back in June.
So this is a great race. There's four ladies here, all competing to some degree for Great Britain over the last few years, and all four of them went to American universities. We've got University of Virginia, Princeton, Cal, Berkeley, and Syracuse. And all these girls have been off to university in America. Some are still there, and they're coming back to represent their country at under 23 level. And here we have in pairs. I mean, they would say traditionally they row eights in America all the time. Yet the evidence here is we've got four women here who are very good at rowing a coxswain's pair.
Like this. Attention.
Yeah, that's right. They quite often don't get a lot of time in the smaller boats over in the US, as you say. A lot of the work done in bigger boats in the 8 on the rowing machines. Certainly in Australia, we tend to focus more on the smaller boats. But
attention.
You sit here on the start and they're away. On the left-hand side of your screen in the Barks station, it's Rowan McKellar in the bow seat, Harriet Taylor in stroke. On the right-hand side in the Bucks station, Heidi Long and Hannah Scott. Just drifting out into the middle here.
Yeah, not on the umpire, hasn't said anything yet, but that's pretty close, steering over towards. We had the same issue in the pair actually with the Sinkovics moving over. Yeah, under direction from the umpire.
Yeah, big steering correction there. We saw just catch a couple of dirty strokes as they're getting back straight again.
And again, nothing in it. These two pairs, side by side, maybe 2 feet in it for the crew on the near side here. With Scott on the stroke seat, she's just come back from being at Princeton winning the Ivies, and she was a national schools champion, and she's from last year in the single scull, and it's from Ban in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, very young, Heidi Long, 21 years of age, Hannah Scott, 19 years of age. To be here in the final of the Hambleden Pairs Challenge Cup is really impressive.
It's amazing, it's really good. It just shows you the kind of promise these two athletes have. Their career is looking very bright going forward. Pair on the far side with Rowan McKellar and Heather Taylor. Looked like they were moving away, but actually not. The crew on this side is responding and getting back through them again.
It's very evenly pegged here at the moment, both crews sitting side by side. If it was me, I'd be wanting to probably start to break away now. The pair is one of those really important boats where you can get stuck side by side in a grudge match. Even on a 6-lane course, you can find yourself actually caught up in a two-person race in this boat.
And you ends up becoming quite, you can start to feel each other, can't you, the two crews, and actually you start rowing to their standard instead of doing your own thing. So it's really important to get your own stuff sorted out.
Exactly. Trying to keep your head out of the competitor's boat and in your own can sometimes be tough, but never more so than on a course like this in the match racing. But it looks like a little step up here. It is like a game of chicken, but it is the crew on the far side in the Bucks station.
Starting to make a bit of a move, doesn't it?
Yeah, McKellar and Taylor.
I know there's a lot of girls here from Cal, Berkeley University supporting, and they're going to be on the bank shouting when they come by here. But still, I'm not. This pair from Marlow Rowing Club and Ban Rowing Club on the near side, on the left-hand side of your screen, they're not going to let them get away, are they? Bit of steering there.
Yeah, I imagine it's very swirly out there. The breeze is up. We know it's fast. We've seen a lot of records tumble today. Not easy conditions, but particularly so for the pair.
Yeah, I agree. And one thing that's been interesting in the last few races is that the records have not necessarily been achieved at halfway, but the second half of the course does seem to be ridiculously quick. They had some steering issues there on the far side, on the right-hand side from McKellar and Taylor, but they seem to be in a much more long, steady rhythm than the crew on the left-hand side here from Marlow and Ban.
Yeah, for my looking at it, it looks like the crew on the right-hand side. Oh, wow, they're close to that boom.
Oh, that's twice they've almost hit the boom. And in a pair, if you hit the boom, it's a catastrophe. It's all over.
Yeah, with one oar each, I mean, you really don't have any control if the other person hits something.
I did it once. I was up, hit the booms, end of regatta. Terrible. You don't want to do that. Stay away from the booms. Yeah, but they're still up by about half a canvas, looks like. But if they keep moving, maybe they've got issues with steering. They're always going to the right-hand side. Ooh.
Wow. You can see the bow woman there, Harriet Taylor, looking across.
And the crew from Ban seems to have moved through.
It's amazing because it really, for me, it looks like the crew on the right-hand side, McKellar and Taylor, they're the more experienced outfit of the two. They've been rowing the best, but those steering corrections, I think, are really costing them speed here, whereas the younger crew, arguably the less experienced crew on the left-hand side of screen, Long and Scott, they've really picked quite a good line. They had that little fumble at the start, but they've had a good line.
And we talked about the distraction. The crew on the right-hand side from Leandro hasn't been distracted by the other pair. They've been distracted by the booms, and they're thinking about the booms. Here we go, they're close again.
Wow, they're going...
Oh, the crew on this side is staying out of trouble and really making the most of this. They're coming out to about half a length. See if they can... If I was them, I would have noticed that, and you're like, okay, let's go now and break clear water and just put them under pressure. They seem to be doing something about it.
Look, and I mean, it's all part of it. Steering is just as important a part of technique. I mean, we're looking here, this steering has cost them the race.
I think it has. I think you're right. They've had to manage their way down the booms down there, and it's taken them away from the race. And the crew here, looking great from Ban and Marlowe, just like we talked earlier, got into their own rhythm and done their own thing.
Yeah, the crew on the right-hand side, McKellar and Taylor. Both women made their international debut racing for Great Britain at the 2015 Under-23 Championships. Taylor winning bronze in the Under-23 Women's 8 and McKellar winning silver in the Under-23 Women's pair. But once again, they're over towards the boom.
Now that Marlowe and Ban are under umpire's warning for moving across, we'll see what the effect is now. That would have disrupted their rhythm as well. Let's see whether the other pair from Leander has managed to take advantage of that. And again, they're coming back over. Ban is also struggling to keep the boat going straight. This is going to be a tight finish.
I mean, it all looks very even to us, but with both crews coming over to the right-hand side consistently, it makes you wonder if that breeze is causing a bit of havoc here in the pairs, because this is quite unusual. I'd expect their steering to be better than this.
They're
This
really
is
close to the booms
tough.
again. This is really danger territory. They've got to stay off those booms. Half a length, 200, 250 metres to go. This is going to be tough.
They're making a big move here. They've pulled themselves back onto terms.
They're really going to have to throw in the kitchen sink now and to try and get themselves back on terms with this other crew. Both crews a little bit on this side of the course, and you just think with this crew from Leander having struggled with their steering on this side, when the pressure really comes on, it's more likely to go that way, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. They just have a little bit more experience, a little bit more time under the belts, maintaining about a canvas overlap here.
In a pair, you can generate a lot of big change in boat speed, can't you? It really can be dynamic.
Exactly. Your change of speed is so much quicker. It's not like the 8, which is, you know, big engine to get wound up before you start seeing the speed recognised.
Your band can be under umpires again, steering them across. Oh, let's see what happens here. This is going to be tight. And the Leander crew just pushed there. They've seen the umpire's warning ban, Marlowe, and they've just pushed to try and get themselves back on terms.
Wow, what a finish. This is one of the closest finishes we're going to have, I think, here. It does look like the young pairing, Long and Scott, on the left-hand side of your screen. It looks like they're in the lead here.
It does look like they're going to keep it.
Even extending their lead here. This is amazing.
Yeah, they've handled the pressure supremely well, haven't they? Even with the steering issues, they've really stayed on top of this.
It's Hannah's first time here at Henley. Heidi's raced here twice before.
Oh, they're as close to the booms again. What a great race for Marlowe and Ban.
Wow, what a finish there.
Half a length.
Very composed race from the young women, Heidi Long and Hannah Scott.
Really mature racing against a pair that was in the World Cup only a few weeks ago.
Shot there across the line. Longman's got about 3/4 of a length clear of Rowan, McKellar and Harriet Taylor.